Christ wouldn't be here. Amen. So my first piece is called For I Am Urs. All right. Let's keep it real here. Some of y'all here like showing up on Sundays with a nice shirt, and sometimes, when you have nothing else to do, come on other days of the week too, singing hallelujah on cue and keeping the beat of the bands. Some of y'all keep the beat. Crying Jesus and shaking your heads, imitating the ones we call elders. We keep ourselves awake when the preacher screams about his return. And every once in a while, we nod and maybe even clap because that's the thing you're supposed to do, right? Like, as if being in the congregation was less of an emergency room where we seek out the doctor with the answer and more of a scripted play. Sometimes we even improv, trying out new positions with our hands like, should I lift them this high or this? We sing, let your glory fill this place. But we're thinking, is that chicken gonna be dry? We deny the unfailing love of God when we feel unbearable guilt and shame after Friday night shenanigans, not recalling that we all have sinned and fallen short of His glory, regardless of whether or not you twerked. Just keeping it real. We take His love for granted when we push aside the convictions of His truth on Saturday every time we say that we can do as we please because He loves us just the way we are. We don't wrestle enough with His mercy and grace. Mercy so that we don't get what we deserve. Grace to receive blessings we don't deserve. Mercy to not get what we deserve. Yes. Grace to get what we don't deserve. Mercy to not get what we should have gotten. Yes. Grace to get what we really shouldn't have. Amen. It's easy to count yourself lucky because you're a good person, but which one of you hasn't planned to do bad in your mind? Like, ooh, so that's how you want to treat me? You lucky I'm saved. Let us be reminded of Romans 3:20. No one will be declared righteous in His sight by observing the law. Rather, through the law, we become conscious of sin, and yet we walk into church and Mother so-and-so is acting like she's Jesus Christ part 2, condemning me with her eyes alone. Brother so-and-so sending me to hell, and praise and worship hasn't even started. Wow. In a generation that is centered on acceptance, the church becomes a courtroom. In a generation centered on acceptance, the church becomes a courtroom. But who is the judge? All right now. We see our Heavenly Father with His Son Jesus seated at His right hand. We see that the same Jesus sat and ate with society's outcasts. This Jesus was spat on and condemned for being the Son of God, and yet He died for us. He died for you, He died for me. He died for me, so I can lift my hands and say, Spirit, lead me when my trust is without borders, and you walk upon the waters wherever you will call me, so that I can mean it. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. So that it doesn't matter what he says or she does or what the band plays, so that when I call upon his name, I know that he hears me. I know from the bottom of my heart, he loves me. And when I'm feeling low, I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves when oceans rise. And when my grades aren't nice, and my money ain't tight, and my relationship ain't right, and I've fallen again, and I cannot do this in my own might. My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours. And you are mine. Thank you. Wow. So this next one I wrote specifically because Kat told me to write something about art or whatever. In it, I put other pieces that I've written before, as well as one that describes my experience volunteering at the Lowell Boys and Girls Club, and shout out to them. I bring that up because you guys talked about the youth, and the youth really touches my heart. I know I'm a youth, I'm 22, everyone's like, oh, you're a baby. But watching the younger generation come up, I see that not a lot of them have been taught that they are powerful and they are worthy, and just helping in the homework center. Sometimes it was just counseling, like, baby girl, like, you're beautiful, you're a queen. Why are you acting like this? You should see them 5 years old talking about their boyfriends. I'm like, hold up, wait, what? Yep. I'm single, how you got a man? But this next one is called Outlet. Y'all looking at me thinking I'm loquacious, about to drop something hot like I'm reading a Shakespearean soliloquy talking about some, she reacheth to me with supple offerings, dripping from her golden arms. And he talking about an apple tree. Or some Maya Angelou type stuff where we're still trying to figure out how she knows why the cage birds sing. Why is it singing, Maya? Why is it singing? Y'all looking at me like I don't get tongue-tied, lips stuck together, words swirling around my head like a knockout, knees quivering, profusely sweating, y'all. I'm nervous even standing right here. But when the raging waters of my soul swells and threatens to break the dam of my heart with its precious jewels stored like honeysuckles, two objects find my being and the rage becomes a gurgle and all is well again. Blue ink for my moments of drunken love. Surfboarding on crashing waves of endorphins, pupils dilated as I etch the contours of his dark roast, no foam, no sugar, no cream looking self, using limited descriptors called English diction, things like P.S. I love the way your chocolate feels. Warm and buttery, like you're ready to melt all over me, deep and velvety, like I could bury myself in your embrace, the ultimate comfort food. This floats out on a raft of gushing emotions, and I am floating in a pool that threatens to drown me in my own feelings. Then there's red, for my emptiness. When once again I stare into the void, and I'm at loss for words. When something resembling the Merrimack beckons me to find out what's hidden in there, knowing damn well I can't swim. I can't swim, lethargic, I scribble. No one tells you what to expect when you've been infiltrated, when your back becomes a mop, cleaning the path from the couch to the bathroom, when the darkened room reminds you of the times you needed a night light, when the boogeyman was just a fear, when the boogeyman becomes real, when the boogeyman is lifting you up with one arm. I sit by the water's edge, and scream. Knowing damn well I can't swim, I scream because today I want to try. Black is for the touchy tide that tosses these tales of toxic tragedies with turbulence and temperament, no timeouts, no takebacks. They tears smear bear my nightmare filled with fear kindled by their hatred of my outerwear. My skin, my black skin. Black like my fallen sisters and brothers taken too soon. Black like the guns that were pointed at them. Black like the backs of those who built this country without compensation. Black like the dirt we're buried under, cause from utero we didn't receive equal health care. Black like the coal that fills our lungs. Black like the pollution that fills our lungs. Black like the bars we keep finding ourselves behind more often than anyone else. Black like the hearts of those who can look at a crying baby separated from their parents, locked in a cage and say they deserved it because they made it across the border. Black like the ocean on a stormy night, meticulously and strategically contrasting the palette I engrave my rage onto. I write, I drift somewhere between consciousness and deep sleep, but can't conjure how statistically insignificant my life has become to these people. I wait for the next wrongful death, the next vigil, the next claim of innocent blunder, like as if someone out there is running some vital form of analysis, and I wait between ANOVA and move over. This student here is trying to learn it, not just fill a quota. I ponder to these inner city kids barely passing their homework assignments. I say, didn't anyone explain this? They say, I don't know. I ask, what did you learn? They shrug. I say, okay, let me teach you this step-by-step, paper and pencil with markers to make this simple, step-by-step, going over things you, my beautiful melanin child, should already know, but instead, I ask you to add these 2 digits, and you struggle, and you fumble, and I wait, because it doesn't seem like anyone else has waited for you, running t-tests on performance, but deleting the outliers. Baby, they think you're pulling down the data, so they push you along like a type 2 error, mistaking you for one of them when, darling, you're so much better. I wonder, can't conjure this innocent blunder. I ponder, how does this happen? How do these precious angels get let down so soon? School has just begun, and already someone's son is failing because his teacher can't see that he just needs some extra time. Someone's daughter doesn't get multiplication, and instead of showing it to her, she gets a D. She accepts a D, she expects a D, doesn't even ask for help because in her mind, she's already labeled herself a failure. To vent and destroy, to scribble and save all, to type and enjoy, decisions to enthrall, no matter the skill. 2 things save my sanity. No need for a pill, these 2 maintain humanity. Blue, red, or black, restrained by baby blue lines on a white bed. Like a teenager frantically searching the walls to save her phone. My outlet. Thank you.